Hey Chad, so here's the scoop. I'm going to try to put these horseshoes together for you. They took this picture on an angle so you can't trace it, and it is pretty low resolution. So I'm just going to keep this up for reference. So they've got their two shoes. The right one's on top here and the bottom here. These points up here are about even, and they've left a little bit of a hole in there. So let's go over to the design software. I did real quick. I pulled the image that you sent, but when you're dealing with your customers, make sure they email you a good picture. Facebook Messenger is like texting, and it usually shrinks up the size and resolution of the file. So I just went to the internet, pulled this same image that you sent me, and cleaned it up and got a good trace. So that's kind of where I'm going to start from, which is where you'll be at in Corel. I'm sure when you get started, you're going to pull and get a good vector drawing first. So this is the software that I use. But looking back at our picture, this one's angled left, this one's angled right. Those about even. So first of all, I need two of these. Okay, I have those grouped so that when I click on it, it selects them all. So I'm going to rotate this one to the left. I'm going to rotate this one to the right, and we need it a little random so we won't worry about the angle right now. Putting that together, I think that's probably a little less. I do want to leave a little hole in there. Let's see. This kind of probably gets us the look we're after. That leaves us a little hole there where they're linked. Puts a lot going on here. Okay, so where it crosses, this one's on top, this one's on bottom. So this one needs to come across the front of this one. What I use in my software is called a trim tool. It does trim and extend, and I'm sure you have something similar in Corel. So I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to trim off all of the vectors of this back shoe where they cross the line of this. Then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to do the same thing with these. Let's see, go ahead and trim those for now. Now with that done, I can go through and delete out these pieces in the middle where we don't want things to be. So that one's going to go behind it. Let's go ahead and put it together. So I'm going to use my trim tool again, and I know this outside path is solid, so I'm going to leave those solid paths together and trim out all of the ones that are holes. So I'll do the same thing here, so I know that's solid, like that. And I can, in again my software, it's link or join. And so when I put those together, now this shoe's coming in front, and this one's behind. And then we just need to do the opposite down here. So instead of trimming the vectors on the back, on this back shoe here on this left, we need to trim the ones on the right so that it goes the other way. So let's X trim all of these on the right hand shoe. There we go, and then the same way here. Only the ones that cross this outside vector line of this other shoe. And we have to go in and delete those bits and pieces out. They're easy to see because they're now open paths. Now there's actually some other paths here that don't belong. We can just trim out the ones we know don't go. So that was one closed path that had to go. Looks like the rest are correct. Okay, same situation. We just need to come in and trim out the pieces that don't belong to tie the solid parts together, and once you get going, you're just doing every other one. So then when we join them together, now I have a shoe that goes under, and a shoe on top. So I'll send you this file, and maybe that's what you'll be after.